You know what? ICSI paper corrections is horrible. They're playing with the life of every student. So this is how every student is reacting after the recent incident where one of the student got 70 plus in the first corrections, but when it was corrected again, it was 44, and finally, this is what was there in the answer script which he got. If you observed, I used the word react. First thing, we should respond and not react. Every student, many teachers are reacting to this and not responding. As a mature professional, you should understand to respond to this, look at it and analyze it properly, and that is what we are going to do in this video. First point, let us get the simple thing out of the way. What has been done to the student is complete injustice, it is wrong, and the student has suffered, and we have to give justice to the student. ICSI has to definitely solve the student's problem, and only then there will be a logical conclusion to this. Second point I want to make is, please don't generalize. What students are doing is they're putting their entire energy and telling everything, this is what is happening, entire ICSI corrections is wrong. This is not true. Please understand that as a professional, you have to look at the entire picture, you have to look at the entire size, and then you must decide. Just see from 1980 to now, 2023. In all these years, how many such incidents have happened? That is the first thing you should know. Of course, not even one should happen, and each and every student should get justice. I'm not saying that this is justified, but what I'm trying to say is, don't paint the entire picture saying that this is all the corrections are like this and everything is wrong and I'm also going to fail. That is very stupid of you. Let me give you a small example. How many aeroplane accidents are there, or how many train accidents or bus accidents are there? It is less than 0.1%. If that is the case, nobody can travel, nobody can do any business, or nobody can do any traveling or for any reason. Just one isolated incident cannot say that you should never go on an aeroplane, you should never travel on a train, or never go on a bus. Even for teachers, we have to be very responsible and support the student and tell them the overall picture. This is what I request all the teachers also. So there are no confusions. Whoever has suffered, ICSI has to give them justice, there's no doubt. But what should you do? Let us look at that. Let me tell you a small story. All of you know Kapil Dev. Kapil Dev was India's cricket team captain, and he helped India to win the World Cup way back in 1983. When he won the World Cup, everybody appreciated him, and after that, there was a huge interest for cricket, and many people started to take up cricket. Once what happened, some of the local state players used to come to Kapil Dev and say, we are playing very well, we are doing very well, but still Indian team is not selecting us, there is some politics, something is wrong. So what Kapil Dev told them is actually the message for each one of you. Kapil Dev told all these budding cricketers that why you are not getting selected to Indian cricket team, and they're blaming. He said, don't blame the external world. Work on yourself. In fact, he said, tum itne bado ki koi tumhe rok na sake. For people who don't follow Hindi, he basically said that you grow to such an extent, you become so good that selectors cannot ignore you. They will select you. So don't blame selection is there, some politics is there, something else is there. Same way, if you're a student of the ICSI, there could be one isolated thing like this. This is extremely unlucky case, and you should not be that unlucky case. So will you say that there could be a train accident and never travel on a train or aeroplane or bus? You won't do that, right? So similarly, you prepare so well, you study so well, you go write the exam so well that they can't fail you at any cost. There has been no student who has said that I studied everything and still they failed me. That is extremely rare. 0.00001% happens. 99.99% all the students who study and given the exam well, they pass. So look at the full picture. Don't look at one isolated incident, and don't waste your time on that. You can see even in Ekcel Academy itself, you can see all our success stories. Hundreds of students have passed. Can we say that this is happening everywhere and every student is being failed by ICSI? Definitely not. If you study well, you have written well, you will pass. Just that one isolated incident should not demotivate you or should not make you feel that entire ICSI corrections is wrong and all of that. Yes, wherever it is wrong, ICSI has to take the reforms, they have to do the corrections, and they have to ensure that every student gets justice. There's no doubt about that. But for you as a student, don't waste time in just thinking about this and don't spoil your preparation time. Next point I want to tell you is that please understand, like this, you are going to face many challenges tomorrow in your career, tomorrow in your personal life. You should never react. When you react, you never get a solution. You should always respond. So what is the difference between reacting and responding? Reacting is something happens, suddenly you start shouting, or you just shout at somebody, or you are abusing. But when you respond, you are taking all the information, you're taking all the facts, you're taking the entire analysis, you're researching, you're seeing the pros and cons, and then taking an informed decision. And that is your job as a company secretary. That is your job tomorrow in your family, in your personal life. That is your job. You can't just be reacting. You have to respond to everything, have a very patient mind, be very mature. Next thing, sir, okay sir, all this we understood, but do you really feel that ICSI is perfect and they should not change anything? Definitely not. We do need reforms and corrections. There should be zero human error, or the human element should be removed. I'll give you an example of exams like ACCA or USCMA. Here, there is absolutely no human element. That doesn't mean that every question is MCQ, and that is also wrong. They have definitely online corrections, and it is a mixture of MCQs and objective, all of that. There, they make sure that the students who have studied will get the questions and the difficulty level in such a way that there is no human intervention. So there is no one person correcting. I'm not saying ICSI should do that, that this is one option. So basically, when this happens, there will be uniform corrections and there can be no change in one person giving 70, one more person giving 44. That will never happen. So that is one option ICSI can consider. But anyway, there are many other options. So it is time where ICSI should think about these exam reforms where there is absolutely zero problems and zero margin for error. This is definitely required, and ICSI is in fact already working on it. So we should be a little patient. Until then, use your time for studies. My last point to every student here is that, okay, this has happened. This is very unfortunate and this should not happen to anyone. But what will you do from today till the day of the exam? That is my question to you. Please remember that we have limited time. We have very limited time. Whether you're writing in June or December, it doesn't matter. Please understand, you're already going to college or you're going for a job, or even if you're doing full-time CS, you have some other commitments at home. So you have limited time. In that limited time, why do you want to waste time on thinking about ICSI or scolding them or just getting scared that everybody is going to fail because of this kind of corrections? You are reducing each minute from your preparation time. Your preparation is going to deteriorate each minute or each hour you're going to spend on worrying or contemplating about ICSI corrections. That should not be the case. So if you are preparing for exam, please give every minute for exam. Be confident, and as Kapil Dev says, तुम इतने बड़ो कि कोई तुम्हें रोक ना सके. So this is where I want to end this video. Please let me know your thoughts in the comments. If you feel I was wrong somewhere, I'm more than happy to listen to you. And remember, we are always with students. Definitely ICSI should bring reforms. ICSI should ensure that there is zero margin for error in corrections. But from your side, what should you do? You should study well, make sure you're the best, and you will pass the exam. There are many people who have passed. Whether you can see on our Ekcel Academy success stories or other students, thousands of students have passed. Even you can pass if you study hard and become the best. That should be your motto. With that, thank you very much. Subscribe to our channel, and I want to listen to your comments. Let me know what you think.